Pro-Palestine activists have spent the last 2 years disrupting public spaces around the world, pushing their Free Palestine agenda. And despite Donald Trump brokering a monumental peace deal between Israel and Hamas, the protests have not stopped. But bizarrely, the activists don't seem to be taking note of current events, because whilst the ceasefire is in place, Hamas are trying to cement their control of the region the only way they know how: by using inhumane force, which is having dire consequences for innocent Palestinians.
Point 13 of the Gaza peace plan, it says that Hamas must disarm and disband. But today, there were summary executions conducted by Hamas in Gaza. Now, I will warn you, the imagery we are about to show you is highly distressing. So in an effort to reassert control over the strip, presumably, Hamas has been executing people en masse, around 50 of them in the last 24 hours alone. Kel, when you see scenes like that, they've said they're going to disarm. They know, according to the peace plan, there's no role for them in government. It makes you wonder, how realistic is this peace actually going to be?
But many are asking, where is the outcry? Where are the pro-Palestine protesters marching against Hamas? Outspoken commentator on the Israeli-Hamas war, Ahmed Fouad Al-Khatib, told CNN the silence of the activist movement is deafening.
I think Palestinian lives should matter whether they're harmed by Israel or Hamas, a nefarious terrorist organization that has wasted 2 decades in the Gaza Strip and prevented the sustainable development of our people and set back the national aspirations towards sovereignty and statehood. My concern with the pro-Palestine advocacy group, and while there are well-meaning people in such a movement, is that they really disappear once Gaza's out of the headlines, because Israel is no longer bombing Gaza for the time being. Then they don't care about Hamas, they don't care about the suffering, they don't care about what's really unfolding, and that's just a shallow, hollow way of caring about the Palestinian people.
This online commentator doubled down, saying, "We need to free Palestine from Hamas. The people in Gaza have suffered greatly due to their so-called leadership and rule." And that's exactly what Donald Trump is trying to do in phase 2 of his peace plan, saying if Hamas does not put down their weapons, he will force them to.
They will disarm, and if they don't disarm, we will disarm them. And it'll happen quickly and perhaps violently. But they will disarm. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Because everyone says, oh, well, they won't disarm. They will disarm. And I spoke to Hamas, and I said, you're going to disarm, right? Yes, sir, we're going to disarm. That's what they told me. They will disarm.
The president followed up his threat today with this chilling message. He said, if Hamas continues to kill people in Gaza, we will have no choice but to go in and kill them. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt unleashed on the pro-Palestine protesters, saying, where are they now?
Actually pushing for peace. And I would like to add, where are all of the Free Palestine protesters? It's President Trump who freed Palestine, literally, and they are now very much quiet. Because why? They can't stand President Trump, and that is the basis of the Democrat Party today.
And whilst it defies logic, some pro-Palestine protesters just refuse to give up. Like these protesters in London who say ceasefire means nothing.
Ensure that we are not able to end not just the genocide, but the settler, colonial, racist apartheid regime that is Israel. Let's not get confused. A ceasefire means nothing. A ceasefire means nothing if it demobilizes us from ending Zionism itself. An ideology of fascism, an ideology of racism. In order for Palestine to be free, Zionism has to end in this world. That is a pure fact. That is a material reality of our cause.
And perhaps the most outspoken protester of them all, Greta Thunberg, has been suspiciously quiet since her failed flotilla return and Trump securing a ceasefire. This online commentator said, Hamas is now publicly executing civilians in Gaza. Will Greta Thunberg organise protests against this?